Documentary filmmaker Alex Hall will be joining Martha Maria to film two old climbing boats who are sailing up to the island of Skye.
Hey, Captain, hey Alex! Howard, Steve, how are we? Great to see you, great to see you, mate.
Howard welcomes Alex on board, but has some bad news. Roger, who should be joining them, has had a death in the family. Must join them later.
Good night, Alex.
Howard prepares to sail at first light, for he knows the importance of catching a favourable tide to pass Ardnamurchan Point, a very exposed headland on the way north.
We're heading for Ardnamurchan Point first, and then past the islands of Muck and another island, can't remember what it's called. Muck and A. It's a pretty miserable day really, and it's forecast, so the winds are forecast to get pretty strong. Ardnamurchan Point about 5 miles away, that would be the first test.
Without Roger, Howard is effectively sailing single-handed, and he has no idea how his new, inexperienced crew member will react if a heavy sea kicks up.
Security, all station. This is Stornoway Coast Guard. There is a new gale warning. Rockall valid. Southeasterly, gale force 8, imminent. Increasing, severe gale force 9, soon.
Alex is not used to the heavy seas that have kicked up, and retreats below where the motion of the boat is not as violent.
I must admit I was a little bit scared there. That for me really was the first time I've probably been on a yacht where the water is coming over on the closer side of the edge of the boat to the sea, and it really was it was like that. That was an experience for me.
It looked really nasty ahead. The Ardnamurchan Point was shrouded in mist, and the wind was getting pretty strong, and the boat was getting quite heeled over.
With an imminent storm approaching, Howard makes the only sensible decision, turns the boat around and heads for a shelter bay he knows well in Loch Trawlerman, where they can anchor and safely ride out the severe gale, forecast for the next 24 hours.
Gale force 9, and the conditions are absolutely abysmal. The Martha Maria is being battered around, and we're hearing the old clanging of the anchor chain slapping against the hull. So today is no day for sailing.
Even though they are stuck on board, there is plenty to do. Howard secures loose batteries, thinks up an inventive surprise for Alex.
It looks like Howard is going harpooning and whale hunting, but we're not really. He has built this bracket fixing contraption to go on the end of a long wooden pole for some more of our GoPro underwater cameras to go on the end.
Alex is pleased to be able to start editing the film, whilst Howard uses his sketching skills to adapt the storyboards.
I'm just checking my iPad where I can do all my navigation. I was a bit concerned the boat might swing onto this rock here, but now the wind's come around to the north and we're comfortably well away from there.
Next morning, Alex and Howard wake up to much more pleasant conditions.
One of the real joys of sailing and exploration is you can get so much closer to the wildlife along the shoreline. And Howard's just rushed up to the deck and he is photographing the herons.
As they depart for a second attempt around Ardnamurchan Point, Howard takes Alex to a secluded bay which is great for encountering seals.
We're going to go into the sea because the seals are lying up on the shoreline about 10 metres away from us. So I'm going to go over the underwater camera and try and get some really intimate shots
I've now got 40 seals in the water with me. And truthfully, there's only about 5 heads popping up on the surface I can see. So, they're probably actually swimming all around me, underneath, checking me out. I'm trying to suss out if they're more scared of me, or if they might start acting in a pack. If they're protecting their pups, they may take a nibble, but I hope not. Really thick felt. Feels like you're being dragged under. Hello boy, check out this guy.
By lunch, Martha Maria had left behind the charming curiosity of the seals and the West Carlicana, and with a favourable west-northwest wind, Howard and Alex were having a great sail northwards.
Just behind me is Ardnamurchan Point, the most westerly point of the British mainland. But I think we'll comfortably get round Ardnamurchan Point and maybe get up to Rum if we're lucky.
Make a cup of coffee for the skipper. Very neatly organised and battened in. I've got to make the coffee in the sink with the mugs in the sink. That is how you make coffee out at sea. The boat on the heel. Half the coffee ends up in the sink and half ends up left in your mug. Cheers. Well done. Your coffee's wonderful. What the skipper doesn't know, half the coffee's in there, so I use the sponge to soak up his coffee and rinse it back into his mug. Nice coffee. It's just experiencing the fairy liquid now.
Roger had managed to inform Howard on the satellite phone that he had made it to the island of Muck instead of Rum. So Howard changed course for the island of Muck.
Hey Roger, great to see you.
Fantastic to see you, Howard. It's been a while, hasn't it?
I think about 6 months actually.
Good to see you, that's great. Did you have a good passage up?
Yeah, brilliant.
Roger and Howard first met at university in 1974. They formed a strong outdoor partnership, climbing and exploring across Europe and the Himalaya. What makes them different is they now choose to access the mountains by boat. Under sail, they have explored areas as remote as the Norwegian Arctic and Greenland. Today, Roger rejoins Howard and Martha Maria to revisit the Isle of Skye, as it remains their favourite haunt.
Roger, this is Alex. He's a director, film director. He's going to be making the film Masts and Mountains for us.
Fantastic, that's great. It's an amazing project. So are you having a brief sabbatical from Hollywood then or something?
Certainly am. Been 10 hours on the train up to...
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
And then an exciting sail up from...
exciting sail, yeah, from Tobermory.
Fantastic.
Up to here.
I know you like crisps, Roger.
Fantastic, thank you very much. Yeah.
Cheers guys, here's to OfMasts and Mountains.
Cheers. Cheers.
Good health.
Cheers. Cheers.
And yours, I'm sorry you've been demoted to the quarter berth.
The good thing is you have a choice, Alex.
Yeah.
There's the forecastle sitting on the loo all night, or there's the quarter berth back there. Yeah. Which would you go for? You know?
Go on, get up there then.
This bloke Alex, what's he really like, huh?
Well, well, you'll have to find out.
That sounds a bit worrying.
Yeah, it's the 5 o'clock start.
What do I have to do to earn my place back up there?
Be 10 years older.
A strong 5:30 AM sunrise is often all it takes to wake weary souls on board any boat. Surreal. Listening to Eminem and waking up to the sunrise. After a quick cup of tea, Howard, Roger and Alex immediately set sail for the Isle of Skye.
Sailor on the telltales. Can you deal with that sheet?
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay.
With 27 years of sailing together, Howard and Roger are both competent in all aspects of sailing, paying particular attention to plotting journeys on electronic systems and paper charts.
This is the island of Muck where we are at the moment in Portmore. We're going to come out southeast between these reefs and then head north up the Sound of Egg, leaving Egg to the east of us. Egg is over this side and we're coming up here east of Rum and heading up towards Loch Scavaig, which is up here, and that incidentally is Loch Carruth, the freshwater loch going right into the Coolin Mountains.
With such favourable sailing conditions, the 25 nautical miles to Loch Scavaig took only 5 hours, and the majestic Coolin Mountains began to show their peaks from under grey fluffy clouds.
We're just about 3 miles out from the anchorage at Loch Scavaig. The wind's really dropped, so we're motoring in.
Well, we're just coming into Scavaig past the small headland on the port side there, and you can see the climbing hut ahead, which is at the bottom of the Carruth River, and the Coolin is stretching from right around to the left, right around to the right. Couldn't be more magical. Fantastic. Truly fantastic.
Time to get up, Roger.
Doesn't really talk to me. It's a bit happy and
Wakey, wakey, Alex.
7 o'clock, first morning in Loch Scavaig.
Can you see the tops?
All round.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And this is my view. Dun, 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 dun. Isn't that magical?
In jovial mood and with no tides to worry about, Howard, Roger and Alex enjoy a big fried breakfast.
Howard, are the eggs in yet?
Going in right now.
Okay, well I'll have mine sunny side up, please, and not too well done, not too badly done. Okay,
But you
just
haven't
right.
changed, have you?
Howard proudly shows off his new invention to Roger, pretending it is an incredible toast dispensing contraption.
Wait,
This-
put the plastic
It
on.
dispenses your bacon on.
Fantastic, I got an extra piece
See the
that way.
positioning there.
No, you didn't.
We need to do that again. Hang on, I didn't get it quite right. Hang on. Oh.
After breakfast they all row ashore, where Howard and Alex will skirt around the edge of Loch Scavaig, then head up the Angarve Corrie to the top of the Coolin Ridge. Meanwhile Roger will follow the path west of Loch Carruth towards the Douvres Ridge. At the age of 27, Roger was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis, or MS for short, is a neurological condition of the brain and spinal cord, affecting muscle control, vision, balance, plus loss of sensation or numbness. Roger is affected by relapsing remitting MS. MS symptoms may appear in Roger as an attack or relapse, then disappear completely or partially. But despite his MS, Roger has never allowed the symptoms to control his life or stop him from living out his outdoor love for the seas and the mountains.
Okay, well, Alex and I we'll need about I think we'll need about 8 hours in total for this. Probably about 5 hours up and 3 down. So how about we meet back here at 6 o'clock?
Sounds fantastic. I mean, separate 8, but I mean, on the basis of past experience, I'd assume you'll be back between 2 and 3 in the morning.
Yes,
is that right?
yes. We're going up the Angarve Corrie, and we'll have the whole of the Dews Ridge on the right hand side, and it's a really fantastic place. You know, it's impressive. It's great grippy rock, isn't it?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I've never climbed over a rock like this before.
Yeah.
It's like a tar, rubbery substance.
Well, it's like sandpaper. You really stick to it.
Yeah, and it's really lumpy. There's loads of tiny little bumps.
Yeah, it's
You know,
gabbro. It's gabbro
at
rock.
the edge of one of those things women use to smooth their skin in the bar.
Pumice stone, I think.
Pumice stone, yeah.
Yeah. We've just come round this bluff here and we can see up to the Dews Ridge. It's really nice because the first summit, where there's an abseil point, is picked out by the cloud. What I'm doing today with Alex is exactly what I used to do with Roger, and of course for very many years I haven't been able to do that with him. Yeah, I wonder how Roger's doing right now. He'll be somewhere down on Loch Carrusk. I hope he's going to make it to the base of the Dews Ridge. It's actually quite a distance for him to go.
Howard and Alex have been walking for 45 minutes now, making it to the first plateau. And even though they have a couple of thousand feet still to gain, the magnificent views of the Coolin mountain tops, Loch Carrusk below, and the valley ahead of them unfold before their eyes.
Howard and I have made it up to this first ledge, if you like. Not really a ledge, but you know. And behind us you can see the Dews Ridge. Essentially we're going to go down here and then follow the burn all the way up to the castle in the middle, and then we head right along the Coolin Ridge, the Black Coolin Ridge. Howard and I have just come to the foot of the Scottish School Stream? The burn. So yeah, the foot of the burn, now heading up the burn towards the castle.
Yeah, there's a short section of waterfall ahead, which is very pretty, and the ground steepens off and it levels, then finally we get into this huge boulder field.
Rubbing the gabbro. Incredibly sharp, this gabbro rock. It's all spiky. Really is really sharp actually. I can feel it cutting my skin.
Alex and Howard have made it to the Angarve Corrie. More than halfway up, they can now see Loch Carrusk, the sea, the Red Coolins and the Scottish mainland. Yet the terrain from here to the Coolin Ridge changes dramatically, with boulders the size of cars to climb around.